I never thought I would have to make this video. What with BronyCon and being late as is, I thought, what the heck. So this is the first Sudoku Saw double feature for Toy Story 4 and Spider-Man Far From Home. The funny thing is, these films are actually pretty similar to each other. But that's not just because they're sequels to popular franchises, no. But because their main characters, Woody and Peter Parker, actually sort of go through similar problems. While Peter has to cope with being Spider-Man and having the greater responsibility, Woody goes through the motions of being a forgotten toy by Bonnie. He also has to guide a new toy named Forky to be the new best toy for Bonnie, while Spider-Man is actually being under the shadow of Tony Stark, and he has to be the one that people look up to. While both films do share similarities, there are a number of differences as well. For example, the villains. One could be described as a twist villain if you're not a comic book nerd or just a nerd in general like me. Then you'll know that Mysterio is not all that he seemed. And he's played brilliantly by Jake Gyllenhaal. He's really great. Then for Toy Story 4, we have Gabby Gabby. While most Toy Story villains actually get what was coming to them, Gabby Gabby actually, sort of spoilers, gets a happy ending. Her motives as a villain are actually pretty similar to the Prospector from Toy Story 2. She was bad right out of the box. Her voice box never worked. All she wanted was a girl to play with, and unfortunately she just never had that chance until Woody came along. But Mysterio, however, his motivations were like he just hated Tony Stark, just like everyone else he ever fought. And that's just sad. But now let's move on to some of the positives of the film. For Toy Story 4, I wanted to laugh, I wanted to cry, I wanted to be on the edge of my seat, and 2 out of 3 worked. Yeah, I didn't cry at Toy Story 4 like everyone usually does. And I didn't cry in Toy Story 3 either. When I saw Toy Story 3, I was like 12 or 13 years old. And I was just some dumb little kid, so I didn't cry at the end of Toy Story 3. And I still don't. Anyway, Toy Story 4, there was supposed to be this cry moment, and I wanted to cry. But I was in a theater filled with a bunch of little kids who wouldn't shut up. So unfortunately, I was too distracted, and I just sad about it. For Spider-Man Far From Home, it's another standard Marvel movie, but it's still really good. It follows up on both Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Homecoming, and it delivers really well, and I actually highly recommend it just as much as any other Marvel movie. For both films, I highly recommend both of them for good characters, good action, good story, just all-around fun experiences for both of them. And I actually recommend watching it with a group. That's just my honest opinion right now. So, this is Sudoku Brony saying, to infinity and Spider-Man.